So hey everybody, and thanks for tuning in for another channel C.G.E video. And today I'm proud to be here to do a full review of this 2006 Cadillac DTS. Well, let me start out by saying I have logged a lot of time in this over the past, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. This of course has a 32 valve Northstar V8, as you saw in the beginning. It is the most beautiful V8, the most beautiful exhaust tone I've ever heard. When you are cruising on the highway, like on the expressway, it's quiet, it's cool, it just floats over the bumps. You don't hear a thing. When you punch it, that's when you hear that nice. And it's kind of too bad because then you want to punch it all the time. Speaking of punching it, for a 4.6 liter V8, this actually gets 28 miles per gallon on the highway, and we average 22 to 23 miles per gallon, which is very, very good for having 275 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque. This also weighs in at about 4,000 pounds, so it's no slouch when it comes to weight. Definitely not a feather bucket. This is, believe it or not, a front-wheel drive transverse mounted engine, and of course the car is big enough that it can fit in there transverse mounted. It is hooked up to a 4-speed automatic that shifts. You would swear it was continuously variable sometimes. When you do punch it though, it has that little bit of a bang shift tendency, and it really makes you feel like you just went into the next gear. As I mentioned earlier, this has 275 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque, which is more torquey than its other variants. This is the LD8 variant. The other variant I think was the L36. There were lots of different Northstar V8s, but as far as the 4.6 go, there were two, the LD8 and I'm pretty sure the L37, correct me if I'm wrong. The L37, if that's what it's called, made, I believe, 300 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. This, of course, like I just said, makes 275 and 300, so it definitely has more torque than its variant. When it comes to handling, I love the way it takes corners. It just is flat. It's kind of funny because it has the ability to float over the bumps, but corner nice and flat when you're going around the bends. Really great suspension tune job. Cadillac did a really, really great job with that. But anyway, let's move on to the interior. Well, one of the first things you notice when you jump behind the wheel of this car is, for one, the wood grain trim on the dash and the interior along the sides. Really nice touch. And the big thing is this nice chrome analog clock. It's rare to see something like that in a car. This has a lot of great features like OnStar emergency, telephone services. This also has heated and cooled seats. It has dual climate controls, and it has rear climate controls. It has, of course, the warning sensor for the front and the back. The gauges are really nice too. It's a really classy gauge front. The seats are very comfortable. The wheel is very comfortable. Everything is really great. So there's only one thing left to do, and that is to go out, take it for a spin, and really test it out. Alright, so now we are inside the 2006 Cadillac DTS, and on the highway here, I'm in the small town, smooth, you can't even hear it, I just accelerated, nothing, absolutely no noise. I'm liking the seats too. I tried out the cooled seats, and frankly I think it makes it feel like you wet your pants, but I can see where some would like it. Alright, we're going to pour on it now. Oh man, that sounds nice. It's got plenty of get up, holy cow. Well anyway guys, thanks for tuning in for another channel C.G.E video. This is, I think, my third review video, and I was honored to be able to review this beautiful 2006 Cadillac DTS. Really great car. I would recommend it to anybody. But anyway guys, again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for many more in the future. God bless, and have a good one.